Good morning, everybody. Today, we are going to be talking about a concept a few of you have already asked me about. You don't remember the difference between mean, median, and mode. It comes up all the time on our tests. And since we've been discussing data, this is averages are put on graphs and charts all over the world every single day, in really every single context. So it's very important that you understand what these are, why we use them, and what the differences are. So the first thing I want to talk to you about is the word averages. And when we are talking about this in this section of the book, we're going to talk about three kinds of averages. Now, the first kind is, I believe, the most common kind, and that is the mean. Some people should be an N, mean. This doesn't mean angry or not nice. This means that you add all the numbers. So you find their sum, then divide by the number of numbers. So what that would look like is if we had the numbers 39 plus 37 plus 36 plus 40 plus 41 plus 36 plus 37. I've already done the math, so don't worry. You don't have to do this in your head. You should get 266. And then you will divide 266 divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If you divide 266 by 7, you get the number 38. So notice that we have our long range of numbers here. And you can see that 38 is a nice middle number that fits in there. It's when you add them all up and divide by the number of numbers. The second kind of average we're going to look for is the median. Oh, one thing I failed to mention is in the mean, you commonly see these for sports averages, batting averages. Sometimes you see them in income when people want the average income for an area. But a lot of times, even with income, we go with the median. And when I'm screencasting, I certainly can't spell. It's median. This one's easy to remember because median sounds like the middle number. The M and the N remind me that it's the middle number. So when you're looking at a data set of numbers, you line them up in order. So let's say that we're talking about the median number of children people have, and we have the number 2, 2, 2, 3, 6, 6, 10. So I have 7 numbers there, and I want the middle number, not the average. So I would look at this one and cross those out, this one and this one. Then I would cross out this one, and I would find that the median number of children in this data set that people have in their household would be 3. Why do we use median? Well, sometimes we have a really high number that's going to throw things off one way, or a really low number that will skew things too low. So we're talking about the average price of a home. If somebody's buying $1 million house, but the rest of the people are buying a house that's worth like $200,000, That's a big difference, and you want the middle number rather than the average because the average will be pulled too high. If you have some zeros here, it will pull the mean down. So sometimes you have to look at the data and say, do I have any really super high highs or super low lows? And say, if you do, perhaps then just use the median instead. What do you do if you end up with two numbers in the middle? So let's do 2, 2, 2, 4, 4, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's perfect. There's 6 numbers here. So if we're looking at the middle number, oh shoot, we ended up with 2 and 4. Do we put them both down? Nope. If it's an even number of numbers, you find the mean of the two numbers in the middle. So 2 plus 4 is 6. And there's two numbers here, so 6 divided by 2 is 3. A lot of you can see that and see that in the middle of 2 and 4 is 3, but I wanted to show you that the mean also works out. The third kind of average, and it doesn't seem like an average, but sometimes it's an important number, and that's the mode. And that is the number that happens most. So when we go back up here in this set of numbers, you can see that 2 is the mode of this data set. This data set only has one mode. However, if you would have 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, the mode would be two numbers. It would be 2 and 3. Sometimes when you have something that's not worth a lot of points and you want to see what the most occurring one is, it's helpful to know what the mode is. Again, the median is a nice number that helps protect against the really high highs and the really low lows. It finds where that middle person is or that middle number is. And the mean is an average, and it does include your high highs and your low lows. And in sports, you kind of want to count those when you've had a really, really good day. The final concept that you will need to know for this is the idea of range. This will be on the quiz as well. You'll have a set of numbers. You'll need to find the mean, median, mode, and range. The range is the difference between, let's switch pens, the high and low in a data set. So again, if we go back up here, we have these in order. I see that the high is 10, the low is 2, so you would go 10 minus 2, so the range is 8. You are going to be doing this with more complex numbers on your assignment. Here is my goal for you. I want you to try it without a calculator first, and only use the calculator, please, if you're checking your answer. I'm going to put that on you for your honor system, but it's helpful to do the calculations and then double check yourself. Many of you might need just a little more practice with that division, but I don't want you to not do well. You understand the concept of mean, median, and mode. Maybe you're struggling a little bit more with the division. I want to know who you are so we can do some practicing, but I don't want you to miss any on your assignment just because of that. So please just go back in and check when you're done. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions at all, please come see me.